Imagine having a megacity in the middle of a desert. A city that sets high global standards for urban living, expands human potential, and is a blueprint for future generations. This is what Telosa is all about. Watch this video to the end and learn about Telosa, the equitable to all city. New cities are cropping out worldwide due to population growth and urban migration. The old generation cities face many problems, such as pollution, congestion, and corruption. The world is trying to move to better cities with fewer problems. A dozen projects worldwide exist to create sustainable, hypermodern cities from scratch. Many may fail, but the proposals hint at what future cities may look like. The Origin of Telosa. Saudi Arabia's The Line is a linear smart city under construction. A floating city in the Maldives is another project envisioned as hexagonal structures that rise and fall in the sea. The floating city is set to be completed in 2027. America is included in the hype to create a megacity. Billionaire Marc Lore has devised a plan for 5 million people in the deserts. He is not the first billionaire to have such an ambitious flight of fancy, but most other moonshots target the sky. Richard Branson, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos are racing to conquer space. Telosa is a proposed utopian city conceived by billionaire Marc Lore. He announced the idea in September 2021. Telosa comes from the Greek word telos, meaning the higher purpose. The city aims to set high global standards for urban living. The city will have social amenities located strategically. The city will have Tokyo's efficiency and cleanliness, New York's diversity and vibrancy, and the best governance models of Stockholm. Telosa is an eco-friendly city. Telosa will have a cutting-edge, sustainable design powered by eco-friendly energy and drought-resistant water systems. Vehicles used in the city will be electric. The city's residents will only take 15 minutes to commute. Residents will reach their workplaces, schools, and amenities within 15 minutes. The center of Telosa City will be a skyscraper dubbed the Equitism Tower, a beacon of the town. The tower will house aeroponics, which are soil-free farms, water storage, and photovoltaic roof. Buildings will be green-minded with rooftop panels to create renewable energy. New Model Society. According to Marc Lore, he is not only building an eco-friendly city, but a new model for society. The founder of Diapers.com, worth more than $4 billion, wondered why, when the past century had seen such incredible material progress, so many people were still barely getting by. Marc Lore believes America's fundamental problem is the wealth gap. As inspired by Henry George, Marc has concluded that the problem is rooted in land ownership. Society creates property value, but the property owners feel the gains. Telosa is supposed to solve the problem of land ownership. Anyone will build and sell homes, but the city will retain the ownership of the land. The moment the city thrives, the value of the land will increase. Marc Lore predicts revenue from the investment can be $50 billion a year. In return, the town will use the money on excellent Scandinavian-style social services, leading to equal access to healthcare, good schools, and public transport. Marc Lore has dubbed these model equities, which he calls a reformed version of capitalism. We are not just building a new city, this is a new model for society, said Marc Lore during a town hall meeting. It will be equitable to all. Where will Telosa be located? You wonder which part of America can hold all Marc Lore's Telosa's dreams. Well, according to Marc Lore, the city has yet to exist, nor is it clear which state will house the experiment. Currently, planners are still searching for the best site. The planner's best idea is to build the city on 150,000 acres of cheap desert land in Nevada, Utah, or Arizona. Building a megacity from scratch in a desert location can offer a blank slate for innovative and sustainable design with an ability to incorporate cutting-edge technology and infrastructure. A desert also provides ample space for expansion and the opportunity to create a self-sufficient community. The construction of Telosa will take part in 2 phases. The first construction phase will accommodate 50,000 diverse residents, which will happen by 2030. Afterwards, within 40 years, Telosa will accommodate 5 million residents. To learn more about the location of Telosa City as the planners make the final decision, subscribe and press the notification button. We'll keep you updated as soon as it happens. So where will Marc Lore get the funding for such a massive project worth $400 billion? Telosa project will require a lot of money to accomplish. According to Telosa City organizers, the funding will come from various sources. These sources include private investors, philanthropists, federal and state grants, and economic development subsidies. As Telosa is Marc Lore's invention, he will put some of the funding from his wealth. However, the issue of funding will be a challenge to the project. Telosa City is full of challenges. Creating new cities from scratch is less sustainable than building on existing towns. It becomes more challenging when the city is in a desert. Supplying the city with food and other necessities from afar takes work. Ellen Dunham-Jones, an urban design professor at Georgia Institute of Technology, says, "The idea of supporting 1 million people on a worthless land is a tough hill to climb. Funding is a major challenge. Unlike a city such as Saudi Arabia's The Line, which the Saudi government will fund, Telosa's organizers will have to lobby for investing from private entities. Building the city in the desert will bring forth the challenge of water. Some of the existing towns in the desert climates, such as Phoenix, are facing potential water shortages. They will need to be more enthusiastic about sharing the scarce water supply. A study in the Nature Climate Journal confirmed that the southwest USA is at its driest. The 22-year mega drought has had a significant effect on water levels. Unlike some desert megacities like Dubai, Telosa is not lucky to be located next to an ocean, so it won't be able to rely on desalination for water. How the planners will provide water in Telosa City still needs to be determined. Therefore, Marc Lore admits that a viable water supply would require innovation, money, and political resolve. Attracting residents to a brand new city in the desert is also challenging. Will Marc Lore's dream of building Telosa City be realized, or will it remain a fantasy? One of the things we are sure of is that Marc is serious about this project. He has commissioned Bjarke Ingels, one of the world's most famous architects, to be Telosa's chief architectural designer. He has assembled a 50-strong team of planners, urban historians, economists, designers, and sustainability experts. However, Marc is yet to secure land or water rights. With an unproven economic model, the city's constitution must still be completed. People are yet to be convinced to move from an actual town to a utopian city. Any ambitious project requires taking bold and risky moves. At this time, Telosa looks like a billionaire's fantasy project. For the project to succeed, it must overcome challenges. Let's see your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think Marc Lore will manage to build Telosa City? Remember to like, subscribe, and watch out for our next video.